after that, we have Tim Bailey. Woohoo!
Okay, well, it's good to see that I have a lot of things in common. I myself am also a non-traditional student, which, you know, in code means old as dirt. You know, another way that you would know that I'm old as dirt or a non-traditional student is Grandma over there is looking hot to me. You know, I get a little subconscious being 37, walking down the halls, looking at all these girls, and I see them smiling at me, and I'm like, I know what they're thinking. He has a huge wiener. And then I reach into my pants, and I just whip it right out. Are you ready for this? This is not for the faint of heart. There it is. It's not very big, it's pretty average size. Now, a guy sees me do this, and he looks at it, and I go, I know what he's thinking. How the hell did he get his weenie so tan? So I proceed to turn to him, and I say, you know, I got this neighbor, and she sunbathes. And there's a little hole in the fence, and I'd stick my weenie in there, and I really get close to my neighbor. Now, could you hold this for me, sweetie? Keep an eye on that, because if my wife finds out that I took the key to the safe and pulled that out of there, she's going to be pissed. But as I just mentioned, I am married. I'm married of 10 years this week. This is my 10-year anniversary. Thank you, thank you. You know, my wife, she's the greatest. She gives the best advice in the world. In fact, I decided one day it'd be very smart for me to take her advice on the road, so I bought one of these little voice recorders in case I have any questions or answers I need and I don't have her to call. So I'm walking through Best Buy the other day, I'm like, wow, that 60-inch TV looks really good. Can I have it, honey? Yeah, that's about the answer I get in real life too. You know, the other day I'm looking at a girl, I'm like, honey, can I take her home and we can, you know, both have sex with her? Yeah. But anyways, I do love my wife. I love my kids too. You know, I'm old-fashioned. I haven't figured out how to work my phone yet to put pictures in it, so I tend to carry my pictures around with me. Here's my two children. Here's a picture of my wife. Now, I know what you're saying. This girl looks like she's 10. No, she's 9. My wife just really doesn't like to get her picture taken, so you gotta go with it. But my wife's a great cook, you know. One thing she demands in my house is that we have dinner at the dinner table every night. And she likes to just come up with the craziest dinner conversations. So the other night I'm sitting there and she's like trying to explain to my children how you would find out how full of shit someone was. Now, so she turns to my daughter and she goes, you know, your eyes are blue, so you're pretty safe. And my eyes are green, so I'm pretty safe. And our son's eyes are hazelnut, so he's pretty safe. But look at your dad's eyes. They are brown. So he is like definitely the one that's full of shit in this household. So anyways, you know, I've been married for a long time, but I remember back in the good old days, you know, I got those stories. I dated these two sisters once. I still keep them around, you know, they did me good at the time, and if I ever have any problems in my relationship, you know, I can just utilize them. Say hi, girls. Anyways, my children are great too. My daughter, she's a hoot. My son's a hoot. You know, they're trying to advise me on what to say, you know, when I come up and stand in front of you guys. So my daughter's sitting there, and my son's sitting there like, oh, don't worry, Dad, you're funny looking. They'll laugh. I'm like, I mean, I'm funny, right? They're like, yeah, that's what we meant, Dad. But, you know, the other day, I'm asking my daughter, well, what joke should I tell? She's like, oh, just tell the jokes you tell us at home, you know. I'm like, fine, I'll tell them. So here you go. What is black and blue and red all over? A baby hit by a bus. What is black and blue and green all over? That same baby a week later. Well, at least you're laughing. My kids just stare at me when I tell those jokes. So I told my daughter I wouldn't try to embarrass her, but she has this one joke that she loves, and she cracks up every single time. So she goes, knock, knock. Pudding. So now every time I turn to my daughter and want to make her smile, I go, pudding, and she just cracks up laughing. My son, he's great too. You know, I remember the olden days as I was raising him up, and it came a time where I had to teach him how to pee in the toilet properly because, you know, he was bad. He used to swing that thing around. He'd pee on the ceiling and on the wall and everything else. So I had to teach him this one trick that I learned when I was a kid. I said, okay, here's the counting method. So I'm standing there next to him, you know, he's getting ready to go pee, and I'm like, okay, 1, you pull down your pants. 2, you pull out your wiener. 3, you pull forward your shaft. 4, you go pee. 5, you pull back your shaft. And 6, pull up your pants, and you're good to go. So I go and I'm going around, I'm checking on week after week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A couple weeks go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what amazes me, and my son's almost a teenager, and he still uses the counting method. I walk by the bathroom and all I hear is 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. It's pretty disturbing. You guys have definitely been great. Thank you for being so patient with me. You didn't touch it, did you?
No.
I know it's pretty wrinkly, but I'm an old guy, like I explained.
Have it.